Okay, people, we got a lot to discuss in this one. We got the exact date and massive updates that you're probably going to be like, what the heck, for Attack on Titan's final season part 3. We also have a very big word that a certain mangaka, one of the biggest mangaka in Shonen Jump, plans on wrapping their series up this year in 2023. We got big chaos going on over in the world of AI, as well as a massive update about an anime that is currently very big and ongoing in this season of anime, essentially changing from the manga and the author addressing these changes that they've made to his series with the anime's adaptation. I don't want to make you wait. Let's talk about all of this. Must leave this house. I must go. The time is now. I must go. It's time to get out. And before we get started, if you would hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notified, I talk about the world of anime and manga, and I think I'd be a benefit to your life if you want to know and keep up to date with this world. So yeah, please subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you. Okay, people, and let's start off talking about Attack on Titan's final season part 3. Now, a lot of us have been waiting for Attack on Titan to come to its close, right? It honestly feels to a certain degree like it ended a million years ago and somehow it's still going because the manga wrapped up a couple of years ago now, I want to say. Like, it's been quite a bit since the original story has ended and the anime has been taking its sweet time to end it. So much so that it's like, wait a minute, so it was already a couple of years ago that you announced Attack on Titan, the final season, and instead of it actually being the final season, we're 3 parts deep and they're breaking it down and it's just been absolute chaos. And to a certain degree, it feels as though 100% I can say now that they're stretching and milking the release of this Attack on Titan season. Don't get me wrong, it is 100% beneficial to, put as much time as possible to make sure that the product is polished and all of that stuff, but that whole, hey, this is the final thing is what makes you look at it like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you could throw the argument maybe and compare it to a certain degree of like, yo, dog, we had Naruto the last, and then after that we had the Boruto movie, and then after that we had Boruto, Naruto, Next Generation's anime, but a little bit different because those are different IPs. This has been saying the final season of Attack on Titan for how freaking long now, and we're still, you know what I'm saying, checking the imaginary watch. I don't got my watch on, but we're still waiting. But I bring forth to you guys the details because we got a trailer alongside some insight into the finale of Attack on Titan, as well as Studio Mappa addressing something big that fans may be speculating about the release. Let's read. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 anime set to premiere on March 4th and will be split into 2 halves. And before we continue any further, that is nuts. My birthday is March 2nd. March 3rd, we have that theatrical release of Demon Slayer with the final 2 episodes of Season 2 and the premiere of the Swordsmith Village arc. And then the day after that, we got Attack on Titan. My presents for my birthday are coming a little bit late, but we're getting them. The time has come for the final arc, okay, of the Attack on Titan anime franchise, with the official Twitter account for the series revealing that Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 will begin its Titanic Japanese broadcast in March. This part will be split into 2 halves, with the first to start on March 4th and the second half to air within 2023. To get fans hype, a new trailer was released featuring scenes from the upcoming part. And before we jump into the trailer, let's re-examine this for a second. So we're probably going to get, what, 12 and then 12 if they're going to do a 24, or are they going to just put like 6 and 6? How is this going to go? It seems as though, because there's still quite a bit of story left to be told, but I don't know if there's like 24 episodes worth of material. I'm imagining that Attack on Titan's final season, final parts, part 3, that's going to be divided into 2, which again, they're at 100% milking this. And the crazy part about it is that similar to the Boruto situation, I can almost bet everything in the house that Attack on Titan is going to continue on with some sort of spin-off sequel down the road. If they are holding so tightly to Attack on Titan to the point that we are in 2023 and we're going into the final season, part 3, that is going to be broken down into 2 halves, they don't want to let this go, because it is factual that Attack on Titan might be Kodansha's biggest franchise of all time, their biggest series, their biggest property, so they're not going to let it go away. And this is another clear indication that, dog, they stretching it. Again, it'll benefit us down the road in terms of the quality of the episodes and all of the time that they could put into, because they do use CG for the Titans. We could get a good product with this extra time. But fam, it feels like Attack on Titan, it's been over for a while now. Why are we on the final season Part 3. I think, honestly, just if they never would have went with this final season debacle, I probably wouldn't feel anyway. I would have been like, okay, that was season 5 and season 6, you know, so on and so forth. But they were like, nah, dog, it's the final, and it's gonna take years to get through. Let's check out this trailer, though. Let's go. We're seeing a wall. We're seeing young Eren crying. Oh gosh, and now we're seeing a massacre. What the heck? The rumbling. We're seeing the more rumbling. And this is all a boy's dream, dog. A boy has the right to dream, even if it means the total annihilation of everything in the world to save his own people. That was something else, to say the least. I ain't gonna lie, that was a nice little trailer, little teaser to get people going, and considering we're only, what, about a month and a half away from its premiere, definitely some hype stuff. The first half of Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3's final arc, again, is scheduled to air on NHK General on March 4th at 12:25 a.m. Japan time, so that'll probably be like, what, 10:30-ish in the a.m. for us, so that'll probably be around the morning-ish to maybe noon on Saturdays. So looking at my calendar, it seems as though Attack on Titan, opposed to it being on Sundays, if it's coming out March 4th at 12:25 a.m., we might be looking at Friday noon for Attack on Titan coming out, opposed to we've been having those Sunday releases, now that I'm looking at it. Very interesting. And it says Yuichiro Hayashi will be returning to direct the next part at Studio Mappa, and again, the second part is scheduled for sometime in 2023. I'm gonna guess, okay, if we're getting this in March, probably the next part will roll around in fallish, so maybe Attack on Titan will end at the very end of 2023, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of this at all. It feels like they've been dragging their feet on getting this thing out, and don't get me wrong, it's really dope that they're having this extra time for production time, but geez Louise, it feels like this final part is never ending, and the trailer looks dope. I'm excited. Really cool late birthday present to myself, but Attack on Titan, come on, final season, let's be final with it. And following that announcement about Attack on Titan Final Season Part 3 being split up into 2 halves, a lot of fans took to the internet very upset, like, yo dog, we're dragging it, and Studio Mappa addressed it. Let's read what they had to say. To all those who are looking forward to the TV anime Attack on Titan the Final Season conclusion arc, we're pleased to announce the release date of Attack on Titan the Final Season. Our initial goal was to broadcast the entire final season on March 3rd, 2023. However, in the process of production, the amount of work became much larger than expected, and after consulting with the committee members, we've decided to release the series in 2 cores, the first core and second core. We deeply apologize to those who have been looking forward to the completion of the anime and the conclusion arc. All of our employees and staff promise to devote our energies to the production of Attack on Titan until the very end, so we hope you will give us a little more time. We appreciate your continued support. Mappa. And again, I don't want to be completely like, yo, I just want it now, because if they're going to put their best foot forward and give us the top tier quality in terms of this adaptation, then also it is a good thing that we're giving them the time. But I mean, I'm just saying, dog, like, final season should have been finalized a long time ago. But dope for Mappa also addressing that as well, because a lot of people are like, yo, I want to finish this bad boy. Next up, another massive story that has me a little bit shell-shocked right now, to be honest with you, because if you follow ForneverWorld News, we recently reported that JUJUTSU Kaisen's Gege Akutami had kind of made a little bit of a remark. I want to say it was either at Jump Festa or in one of the author comments, where they basically said they're trying to end it within about a year or so. Well, it seems as though in another author comment as recent as the next issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, once again, Gege Akutami, the author of JUJUTSU Kaisen, doubled down. They were like, nah fam, you ain't believe what I was saying, we ain't pulling a Horikoshi, you know what I'm saying, there ain't gonna be no extensions here, lad. Yeah, it seems as though they're trying to end it somewhat ASAP. Let's read this one. Gege Akutami, the mangaka of JUJUTSU Kaisen, commented in the latest Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 8 that he hopes to quote-unquote finish the story within this year. So once again, Gege Akutami is doubling down that they're trying to end JUJUTSU Kaisen way sooner than later, and it's kind of mind-blowing, to be honest with you, because for starters, JUJUTSU Kaisen is the #1 selling manga year after year for the last 2 years in a row. So already I'm looking at it, well geez, from a financial standpoint, I understand sales have been going down for it with every volume because it peaked shortly before the film came out, JUJUTSU Kaisen 0, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, well damn, again, My Hero's ending. Black Clover's on its final arc. JUJUTSU Kaisen is going to end within 2023. One Piece is on its final arc, granted. We understand One Piece will probably be on its final arc for many of moons to come, but nevertheless, it's like, what is Shonen Jump gonna do? Once those three powerhouses are gone, that's it for the big trio, so to speak, or quadruplets, I guess you would say, adding One Piece, but that's it for that generation of battle series. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff in Jump Plus, of course, and in V Jump, but in terms of Weekly Shonen Jump, their mainstream biggest asset, so to speak, it's gonna be really dry come 2024 if they don't make waves to, you know, kind of rectify and get some new series. Like, I'm expecting, if this is truly the case, if Gege Akutami is not pulling our leg and not gonna pull a Horikoshi at the end of 2023 and say, I tried, my bad guys, we could probably be seeing the finishing of this story within this year, and that's going to be massively a blow to Jump in terms of what's gonna happen. So I'm expecting within 2023, Shonen Jump is going to try and throw out a lot of battle series with potential. It felt like last year they kind of gave it a couple of shots with Ayashimon and stuff like that, and I believe Red Hood last year or the year before that, but they've tried and they haven't really been very aggressive with getting some of that classic battle shonen stuff in there. I'm betting now with this announcement, with Tagashi being completely removed as well, you know, that whole Hunter x Hunter return will be no more in Weekly Shonen Jump, they are probably going to be scrambling to a certain degree, saying, okay, we're kind of losing everything, how about some new blood? But either way, I'm wondering as well, can everything be resolved within a year with Jujutsu Kaisen? I mean, I guess this culling game saga that we're in right now is gonna be the finale, and we're also gonna see the inevitable fate of some characters and stuff. Like, wow, dog, Jujutsu Kaisen's ending too. But also on the brighter side of things, because I like to leave you guys with a little bit of positivity, that also is a clear indication that 2023's Jujutsu Kaisen, you can probably expect it is going to be some of the best chapters we've ever had, because now's the time where Gege is going to try and, you know, close off plot threads and finish up character arcs and all sorts of stuff. So I'm expecting nothing but pure, absolute greatness coming into this year for Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's gonna be the end. No! I guess comment what you think is going to happen with the ending, and do you think Gege Akutami can get it done within 2023? This is still mind-blowing. What the hell? Okay, this one I found to be very interesting. If you've been following, you know I made a couple of videos already talking about AI is here and it's going to be a massive problem. There's going to be a lot of blowback from this, but it's also going to revolutionize in one form or another the anime and manga and just in general the literature and arts world, because this is a big thing that is slowly but surely being implemented. I know a lot of card games, for example, famous card games, that they use AI generators for the cards art. However, it seems as though for the time being, stuff like this is what's going to slow AI becoming a major thing right down in its tracks. Because one of the problems I feel rightfully so artists have with AI is with this new AI situation that basically you could write something and it creates it on the screen, is the fact that it uses tons of different art in its archive to create these things. It's basically using your art in order to create these images, and a lot of people are like, well, we ain't getting paid for that, and that's our stuff. What are you doing? And it seems as though lawsuits are flying at AI already, which again is going to slow down its process moving forward. Let's read this one. Getty Images suing the makers of popular AI art tool for allegedly stealing photos. Getty Images announced a lawsuit against Stability AI, the company behind popular AI art tool Stable Diffusion, alleging the tech company committed copyright infringement. The stock image giant accused Stability AI of copying and processing millions of its images without obtaining the proper licensing. According to a press release issued Tuesday, London-based Stability AI announced it had raised $101 million in funding for open source AI tech in October and released version 2.1 of its Stable Diffusion tool in December. Getty Images believes artificial intelligence has the potential to stimulate creative endeavors. Accordingly, Getty Images provided licenses to leading technology innovators for purposes related to training artificial intelligence systems in a manner that respects personal and intellectual property rights. Wait, so Getty Images was licensing their stuff to other AI. It may not be this one though. Getty Images wrote in the statement, Stability AI did not seek any such license, from Getty Images, and instead we believe chose to ignore viable licensing options and long-standing legal protections in pursuit of their standalone commercial interest. Getty declined to comment further on the suit to CNN, but said it requested a response from the AI firm before taking action. Stability AI did not respond to CNN's request for comment. AI art and traditional media suppliers have struggled to coexist in recent months as computer-generated images now grow more available in advance, using human-created images and art as data training. Once only available to a select group of tech insiders, text-to-image AI systems are becoming increasingly popular and powerful. These systems include Stable Diffusion and DALL-E from OpenAI. I don't want to participate at all in the machine that's going to cheapen what I do. Daniel Danger, an illustrator and printmaker who learned a number of his works were used to train Stable Diffusion, told CNN in October. Stability AI founder and CEO Ahmad Mustaq told CNN Business in October via email that art is a tiny fraction of the Lion training data behind Stable Diffusion. Art makes up much less than 0.1% of the data set and is only created when deliberately called by the user. Yeah, it sounds like they gotta pay up. It sounds like they're gonna have to pay up. There one company in particular that already is going to see the ramifications of, you want to use these images, you gotta license them. And I'd imagine the license was probably going to be astronomical, and they were like, yo, we raised 101 million, fam, we don't want to pay that to the licenses. And no, you gotta pay. And I think that this is going to set a precedence of, well, for starters, AI and tech companies are gonna have to move more smarter, and they're probably going to, and it's probably going to be inevitable, because again, if Getty Images, they're not completely clean hands, so to speak, because they are licensing stuff to be used for AI learning programs and all that stuff. It's just that this one didn't pay for it. So Getty Images, like, okay, I guess, you're in the right to get that, money, so to speak, from them, or have some sort of friction because, hey, they were using your stuff without paying. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's not like y'all taking a stand against AI images and AI software and stuff like that. It's just y'all want y'all money, so let's not go be like, yeah, Getty, you get them. Like, they're still doing it up in other areas. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about this one, right? Because right now, when it comes to this season of anime, the winter 2023 season, there is a few titles that are massive, and one of them in particular is Vinland Saga Season 2, now done by Studio Mappa, formerly, of course, of Wit Studio, and yeah, it's popping off. However, the author took to Twitter to address something that apparently they've changed a character, and I believe removed some stuff regarding a character, and well, here's his response to it. Makoto Yukimura said, well, for starters, I just found out recently it seems that my English sentences are written like children. Well, I'm actually a human like a child, so it's not a problem. The subject matter must be clear, or maybe I'm too conscious. Thank you everyone for watching Vinland Saga's anime. Einar's behavior in the anime is a little different from the description of the original, as a result of the director Yabuta's consideration of his heart more deeply than mine. He changed a little. I love that kind of change. I'm very happy that people other than me can expand on the world of Vinland Saga. So basically, because if you haven't watched Vinland Saga Season 2, there's a new character that was introduced that, from RIP, he is suffering from some of the worst things you could imagine in the world, and it's kind of crazy that apparently in the manga it was even much worse than that. And also his behavior, the way his character is written, is slightly different as well. And based on what Yukimura is saying, it seems as though it's that the anime director kind of felt bad and was like, dog, he's going through so much, we gotta make some little changes. Come on, man, we're beating him down every step of the way. So I respect that with the anime director feeling bad for the character, and Yukimura's like, ah yes, I did abuse the living fuck out of that dude. Yeah, you could change that, why not? I don't know, Vinland Saga Season 2 so far has been absolutely amazing, and I have no complaints. I have not read the original source material, but I think it's doing just fine. It's great. I'm loving it. Yeah, shout out to Yukimura also being open to, hey, if they play with certain aspects of the series, so long as, I approve of it, I'm fine with it. And it seems as though, yeah, there's a little change in one of the characters, but Vinland Saga is amazing, and Season 2 so far is off to an incredible start. So laugh for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get more. Yeah! Lights be flashing and looking at me, such a odd, unique, yet I'm so unique, and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably repeat, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.